Today, I'm going to reveal why some people think faster and understand things more deeply than others, and it isn't because they were born smarter. If you've ever felt like you're not that mentally sharp, this video is for you, because in reality, you are not lacking intelligence, you are avoiding it. Not because deep thinking is difficult, but because you are afraid to sit alone with a difficult thought. Let me be clear before we start. Watching this won't magically turn you into a genius, but you will understand exactly how intelligence actually works and how to use it for your personal benefit. And understanding just that will put you ahead of most people already. In 2014, a few researchers conducted a study in which they asked participants a simple question: would you pay money to avoid a mild electric shock? Almost everyone said yes. Then those same people were left alone in a quiet room for 15 minutes with no phone or distraction, only their own thoughts. A large number of them chose to give themselves that exact shock instead of sitting with their own thoughts, simply because sitting alone with their own mind felt worse than physical pain. Now think about today, with a screen in your pocket every second of the day. Most people's brains would now choose almost anything over sitting with one difficult thought. But your brain is also capable of another state, where thinking doesn't feel like a struggle, where focus becomes automatic, and you're fully present in whatever you're doing. Neuroscience calls this transient hypofrontality. In simple terms, it is also called the flow state. The part of your brain responsible for constant self-judgment quietens down in this state, and instead of fighting your thoughts, you start working with them. I bet you've probably felt this feeling before, a moment so absorbing that an hour disappeared without even noticing. Most people just never learn how to reach it on purpose. The reason comes down to one word: interruption. People judge themselves in the middle of the task, so they never sustain focus long enough for their brain to actually shift into the flow state. So how do you enter it? You don't need motivation and willpower. You just need a system that actually works. I call it the flow framework. F means focus on a single task. Pick one task and one clear goal and put your full attention and focus into it. The moment you split your attention between two or more things, your brain works harder and the flow state becomes harder to reach. L means limit distractions. Every notification or interruption pulls a piece of your focus away, and it can take your brain over 21 minutes to fully regain your focus. So always make sure you remove distractions before you start, not while you're already working. O means observe without judging. Don't criticize your work while you're doing it. That instantly pulls you out of focus and pushes you into doubt. Save the judging for after the task is finally finished. W means work without stopping. The flow state builds up gradually, not instantly, so the first few minutes will feel slow before your focus locks in. Staying in motion without breaking that stretch is what actually gets you there. For example, let's consider you sit down to study for an exam. You pick one subject and one clear goal instead of three. That is focus. You put your phone away and close every other distraction. That is limiting distractions. A few minutes in, you catch yourself thinking, I should be further by now. And instead of spiraling, you just notice it and go back to the work. That is observing without judging. The first 10 minutes still feel slow, but you keep going anyway. And after a certain point, the reading stops feeling like effort without even noticing. You're just in it. Intelligence was never something you're simply born with. It's a muscle that is built and strengthened through use. Every time you put aside important things to pick up your phone, you are training a different muscle that is built for distraction instead of training your intelligence muscle. The real question isn't whether you're smart or not. It's which muscle you've been training more. If this changed how you see things, subscribe for more, and I'll see you at the next threshold.